Welcome back to my lecture on probability and statistics. In this section, we're going to be talking about a confidence interval. And a confidence interval can always be broken down into two parts. So I'll say that a confidence interval, abbreviated CI, is equal to a point estimate plus or minus a critical value times a standard error. Okay. So a point estimate, this could be a population proportion estimate, or it could be a sample mean. A critical value, this is a percentile from a distribution. For now, we're going to assume standard normal. And then the standard error is sigma over root n, as we previously discussed. So that means if we're talking about a population proportion and we're assuming normality, it'll be okay. So this critical value will abbreviate CV, and we'll talk about that in just a second. And then the standard error will be square root of PQ over N, because that represents the standard deviation of a population proportion. Then over here, if it's X bar, we're going to do plus or minus a critical value here. If it's normal, we'll use from the normal distribution. But if we estimate, so we're going to do critical value here. We can use sigma over root N, or if we don't know what this is, so let's say this is unknown, then we're going to replace this with S over root N. If we use S over root N to estimate the standard error, then it would be inappropriate to use a critical value from the normal distribution, and instead we'll use the student t distribution. So if we always get the critical value from a table for now. So if we're going to assume alpha, which is 1 minus our confidence level. So if we want to be 95% confident, so if we're 95% confident, then our alpha is equal to 0.05, which is also 1 minus 0.95. Okay? So if we're assuming normality, then we have p hat plus or minus 1.96 times square root of pq over n. If we're doing an x bar, then it's plus or minus something approximately equal to 2 times s over root n. And you'll write this as x bar minus something close to 2 times s over root n, comma, x bar plus 2 times s over root n. And the same thing happens over here. This will be p hat minus 1.96 times square root of pq over n, comma, p hat plus 1.96 times square root of pq over n.